Welcome reflective viewers to this week's edition of Science and Spirituality, featuring the second in our three-part series on acclaimed British scientist, author, visionary and lecturer Dr. Jude Currivan, who has learned that science and spirituality can be viewed as two sides of the same coin. Having experienced multidimensional reality since the age of 4, Dr. Currivan was guided to pursue a career that integrates the latest developments in science, universal and ancient wisdom, and new revelations about a conscious universe with no boundaries between science, spirituality, and everything else. After conducting her doctoral research in ancient cosmologies, Dr. Currivan received a Ph.D. in archaeology from the University of Reading in the UK. She also holds an MA in physics from Oxford University, with a specialization in cosmology and quantum physics. Last week, Dr. Currivan discussed her background and her growth in understanding about the nature of the cosmos. She also presented ideas on how modern theories in physics are beginning to show how human consciousness is intimately intertwined with the physical universe, a phenomenon called non-local interconnection, which has long been understood by the world's great spiritual traditions. Let's now continue our interview with Dr. Currivan to learn more about this fascinating subject.
The information of our universe has been held on its boundary, not within it, what we call space, three-dimensional space, but on its boundary, rather like the surface, the spherical surface of a black hole. And so what's been realised is that just as in a hologram, where we have a two-dimensional representation of information, that when light flows through it, a three-dimensional object is recreated. This holographic principle is being used now at the leading edge of cosmology as a way of modelling our universe.
Scientific understanding of the holographic nature of the universe requires viewing reality as a product of our unconscious thoughts and intentions.
Now, if information is at the very root of what we call reality, then essentially we need to take a step further back and understand that it's conscious intention that is creating our realities. That consciousness pervades everything, is everything. It's not even relevant to talk about the separation of mind and spirit and body, because all they are different aspects of the same whole. As a cosmologist, for many, many years, my perception has been that there are fundamental interconnections between people and places that work out on energetic and conscious levels. And I found that time and time and time again that we have connections between people and places. And there are certain hotspots on the surface of Gaia, and think of Gaia, think of the Earth as a living consciousness. It's very different from our own individuator consciousness, for sure. But we have to really now start to expand our awareness beyond just the human understanding, beyond the personality understanding.
Speech and thoughts and actions actually on a collective level can influence and can create reality around us.
And that's not just the energy field of humanity, it's the energy field of Gaia herself, of which we are an intrinsic part. So what's been known on a spiritual level for many years is now being proven to be the case, that we do affect other people. And when we send out love, that helps, that opens people up, that's a higher vibration. But when we either fear or we hate, then that is a lower vibration, and that too has influence and effect. And so the more that we can raise our vibration, become more coherent in a feeling of love, then that raises the whole vibration of our collective. We need to take this breath out that goes from the individual to the family, to the nation, to the collective, to Gaia, to our solar system, and on beyond that. And as we move from that level of our personality, as we grow and awaken and expand our awareness to transpersonal levels, we both see and understand and experience that whole world. We experience that non-local interconnectivity. And we begin to experience multidimensional realities. What we believe we see. What we do not believe, what we cannot imagine, we literally do not see. And there is a shift taking place, individually and collectively. As we do wake up, we're beginning to open our awareness to other possibilities. We're beginning to see things that we did not see before because of those self-imposed limitations.
Transcending our traditional three-dimensional way of viewing the world will move humankind into a new reality.
So, as we begin to sort of develop or to cultivate this new way of thinking, as to turn around into the light, as it were, are you saying that that is a connection that we'll see worldwide if we start to shift in our consciousness?
I feel we are seeing the shift worldwide. We're literally moving as part of this shift into what I call mythic reality. We are living mythic reality. This is the time of miracles and synchronicities and waves of change that are coming through us. And we can make that shift, we can live that shift as gracefully and as lovingly as possible, or to hold on to limited ideas of control and ego-based perceptions of reality.